War. What is war? Do we really need war? Look at this one. Pentagon reveals U.S. has more than double the amount of troops in Syria than previously reported. Let's have a look at this. Let's see what they're saying. The Pentagon, well, they won't let me look at it because they got this commercial in the way. The Pentagon reveals on Thursday that the U.S. has more than double the amount of troops in Syria than the federal government has previously reported. And the longer force has been in place for a while. The larger force has been in place for a while. So here we are. In the dark again. Just like with the drones. So in the dark with that, in the dark with everything else. We're always in the dark. It's like they're coming in working on the roads down where I live at. They worked on these roads 1.5 years ago. Made them all nice and smooth. It was great. Now they're back there digging them up and redoing them again. It's like you just fixed the road. Now you got money from the current government, and you're saying, oh, well, you know, we got more money to make them right. They looked good before. What do you got to do now? So now they're digging them up, and they're putting in new sewer, new water. They're putting in new everything. It's like, why didn't you do that the first time? This is ridiculous with these people. So let's see. Breaking news, latest news in videos. Latest news. Did you hear about what happened with that guy that killed, that murdered, assassinated that CEO? So New York goes over to there, picked him up, flies him back on a plane, gets to the airport, puts him on a helicopter, flies him over to another location, puts him in a car, takes him over to the courthouse. FBI comes in and takes charge and says, we're taking possession of him. Then the FBI takes him to the federal courthouse where he was arraigned. This is crazy. The FBI lets New York do all this stuff. You spend all this money, and then they turn around and says, oh, we're taking him. He's ours now. So they say that he possibly could get the death penalty for what he did. But apparently New York don't have a death penalty. So you can kill people and they're not going to do anything but put you in prison. And that's where you'll remain for the rest of life. And probably even give you parole for doing it. And you know, a lot of people are happy that this guy did this. Killing is not right. Taking a human life is not good. Please, don't do that. You can do better than this. You understand? You can do better. You don't need to live that kind of life. So let's see what else is going on. Oh, let's see. New York Times breaking news. Let's see what's going on here. House votes down bill to keep government open past Friday. Speaker Mike rushes the bill to a vote after President-elect Trump told Republicans to kill a bipartisan measurement that has been expected to pass. Do you know how big that bill was? It was 150 pages. Was it 150 or 1,500? I don't exactly know. Let me see what else it talks about here. Trump transitions live updates. Republicans plan to avoid shutdown. Fails in the House. What do you think about that? So there's another one. There's another one with no information. While guilty verdict, rape victim ordered in France becomes a message of hope. Justice. Dozens of men who abused Peacock were convicted, including her husband, a 50-year-old. She wanted the trial to show rape victims they were not alone. So this guy, sicko, I could not believe this when I saw this, and this was crazy. This sicko literally paid all of these guys, they said 50 men, to come in and assault his wife. If you don't like your wife, don't do this stuff like that to people. So all 50 of them got convicted. Plus, I guess he got convicted also. So this is a crazy world. This is crazy. Oh, here's a good one. So here has happened here. They're not going to let me look at it because they want me to pay, so I can't do it. So I can just look at the sideline. Appeals court disqualifies Miss Williams from prosecuting the Georgia Trump case. So this woman gets a boyfriend, brings him in, and he treats her to lavish stuff. I mean, they went out and they went to dinner and they went to hotels and they did all this stuff. Then they proceeded to prosecute Trump. Well, it got found out really fast, and it was a big turmoil. And I'm sure you guys seen all this and heard all of this. Well, she got they say she may file an appeal, but another court says, yeah, you're not a good person and you can't trial this case. If you're a public defender or you're a lawyer and you're not a good person and you're trying to try somebody and you're just not a good person, you should look at your own life before you start degrading other people. Look at your life before you start messing with other people. U.S. files murder charges against Mangione that could bring death penalty. Federal authorities filed a total of 4 counts against Mangione, who is accused of killing Mr. Thompson, the executive of United. Hey, you got the gun, you went out there and you did the deed, you did what you thought you had to do, and now you're going to pay. Now you're going to pay for what you did. We all pay. It all comes back on us. So let's try to be good, people. Let's try to be good. A famed Iowa poster carry ends with a spectacular miss in Trump lawsuit. What the crap? Trump returns May Wolfson's financial woes for Global Health Institute. The U.S. provides nearly half of the aid for global health, including childhood vaccinations, HIV treatment. Well, we do a lot, don't we? The year country went everywhere, and everyone went country. Country music is never going to go away. Country music's been here forever. So tell me what's going on in your world. Tell me what you like to see. Tell me how you're feeling today. If you've gotten this far into the video, I know we're not that good because you know what? We're just getting started. More than twice as many U.S. troops are in Syria than previously discovered. So more than twice of the Americans are in Syria. A Pentagon press officer said the increase was underlying to the fall of President Bush's assault to rebuild forces in early December. President Bush. Oh, President Bizarre. So yeah, you know, they went over there and these people finally had enough. They had enough, and they say, you know, we're tired. We don't want to do this no more. We're tired of the way you treat people. We're tired of the dictation. So guess what? We're coming to take over. We're going to take control. We're going to make the country right again. Let's hope they can do that. Let's give them a fair chance, and let's see what they can do. But you know, they say man cannot lead man. Man needs a leader. And the only person that can lead man is the man upstairs. You got to remember, man has not been able to lead man yet. Look at all the wars we've had. Maxed out. L.A. He clashed his Hollywood dream to world life in the Southwest to easier than someone doing gig work in the television and film history. I like gig work in television and film. I don't know what his problem is. For a few sick and wounded Gazans, a rare flight to safety. That is a crazy war. So here you got, they're bombing the crap out of these people. They're telling these people, hey, you need to move over here. And then they bomb everything. And the people don't move. And then you can see all these poor children getting bombed and all these people getting bombed. And it's going on and on and on. It's like, for a few sick and wounded Gaza, a fair right for safety. The war is nearly impossible to flee, except for small numbers of people who are offered a dramatic path to safety. Avian flu has hit dairy so hard. Oh, guess what? So this was going to happen. This is so they can raise the price of beef more. They can raise the price of milk more. So the virus has spread rapidly in California, and nation's largest producer of milk. Farmers are frustrated that their herds are getting infected despite precision. So you see, the COVID brought milk down. So nobody was buying milk. Nobody had the money. Everybody was sitting at home. Milk, the cows were still producing. The milk was still coming. They got stockpiles of milk and they didn't throw it away. Some of them, they actually threw it away. It kept coming. It kept growing. Tell you right now, milk is pretty reasonable. This is an excuse. Bring the milk back up. Bring the cost of cheese up. Bring the cost of butter up. Everything has to come up. People just want to keep prices high. Because you know what? People make a lot of money. They say food is a 3% profit. All I know is if I'm doing something and I'm only getting 3% profit, I got to get out and go do something else. I mean, you got to think it's a 3% profit for what they pay for the food, for they paying their rent at their grocery store, for their paying the employees, buying the product. So yeah, it's 3%, but you got to think about it. If you got a grocery store, some big grocery stores have a lot of food, and you got a lot of competition out there. But competition is good. It keeps the cost down. It keeps people from getting greedy and overcharging people. Because if you get into a small little town, like there's a place I can go and they have a little small grocery store, they charge double what they charge in a bigger store. But at the same time, they say, well, they got to ship it out there. They got to, it costs the shipping, cost of fuel. See, the cost of fuel is where the cost of everything is. You get the cost of fuel down, everything else has to come down, because you can't use that as an excuse to bring things up. So here you got fuel right now is around $3.50 a gallon. You can go to the big box stores that sell fuel, and you could probably I can get high test for $3.40, $3.35. On the street in the gas stations, they're out to make a little bit more money. They don't care about saving you money because they're out there to make money. That's what they're doing. And they all get the same gas prices because they're all big chain stores. Now you don't see too many mom and pop gas stations anymore. They can't survive, especially selling gas. So most mom and pops now are these tobacco shops. You see these. There's a tobacco shop in every single little strip mall. Everybody and his uncle's got these tobacco shops open. But I'd be honest with you, I would love to be able to go out, get a big piece of land, and grow me some marijuana. Not to smoke it, but to sell it. You see how much this stuff sells for? When I was a young boy, I lived with this family. I barely remember living there, and most of the time they kept me in a game room. They kept me away from everything, and I was running the game room over there. But I seen his son, and the amount of stuff that he used to buy in a bag. It was $5 for a bag. It was a lot. Now this stuff is like how much is a pen joint? And they charge a lot for this stuff. You get a small little tiny little bag, I think you get maybe 3 little buds, and it's like $70, $80. That's crazy. But you see how they grow it now? They don't just grow it out in the open. When we were younger, they growed it right out in the field. They growed it out in the woods. And it had natural sunlight. It had natural dirt from the soil. Now they build this big giant house, this completely covered greenhouse, and they got these grow lights. Then they got this soil. And then they said, whoa, it's more potent. But I don't believe so, because natural sunlight makes things better. So you got these grow lights, you got this weird soil they make, then they add all this stuff to it. So it tells me it's some radical stuff, because I think natural marijuana growed in a pot, and then you break it down and you break up the buzz and you break up the leaves and then you break it and then you roll it and then you smoke it. I don't know what this stuff does today because I don't smoke it. Be honest with you, I just don't do it. I can't handle it. It messes with my mind, so I don't like it. But I want to talk about something. If you are like in a depression or you're a sad person, you need to talk to somebody, respond here. Talk to me. Let's talk it out. Because taking your life is not a good thing. Okay? It's not a good thing. Because I'm going to tell you what happens. I see how many times you see that someone has taken their life and they're gone. The world does not stop for you. The world keeps going. You took your life. You're laying there dead. They suck all the blood out of you. They push all the crap out of you. They fill your body with embalming fluid. And they stuff you in a box and they put you in the ground. If there's a life force in there and you committed and you killed yourself, you go with your body. You go down, you're done. You're done. When you kill yourself, it's considered to be murder. And taking your own life is not the way to go. I'm telling you right now. There's lots of people out there who can help you. I would love to talk to you. If you're having problems, write me a letter. Come on here, make a comment. Talk to me. I will listen to you. I love psychology. I love helping people. I love listening to people. I talk a lot too. I mean, sometimes I talk too much. That's what my friends tell me. I don't really have a lot of friends. But you know what? I grew up a very poor child. I was abused by my mom. I was abused by my brothers. I was abused in school. I was picked on all the time in school. It's like, why does it always come on me? Because I'm going to tell you why. Because those people who think they're better than you will pick on you. You know why? Because they're hurting inside themselves. They feel so bad about themselves that while they're picking on you, they're forgetting about their problems. But you know what? It doesn't fix it. Because you're hurting two people. You're hurting yourself and you're hurting that person you're picking on. Picking on people, making people feel bad about themselves. Picking on them about, oh, you talk funny. Oh, your hair looks weird. Oh, did you take a shower today? Oh, your nails are dirty. Oh, your clothes don't look that good. Do you take care of yourself? You're not a good person. People that talk like that don't like themselves. And people should not do that. And some people think, oh, I love you, that's why I do it. No, that's not love. Love is you sit, you have a conversation, you communicate back and forth, and that's what you do. You don't pick on people, you don't pick at people, and you don't constantly pick at people's flaws. If you see something, hey, you know, I notice you do this, I notice you do that, and you know, it's probably not good for you. It doesn't look good when you do it. It doesn't look good. Hey, you know, I saw you come in, and I noticed you came in and started doing your food, and you didn't wash your hands. And, you know, it just bothered me, and I just thought I'd let you know, you should at least wash your hands for the safety of yourself. And you come from outside, and you got dirty hands, and you spreading it all over the place, and you could spread germs. You know, you could make other people sick. And I can understand that. I say, yeah, you know, you're right. Let me go wash my hands. And then I'll wipe off my table. But to sit there and belittle someone and pick on someone, you know, that's not good. It's not good at all. You got to think now. You got to think about yourself. You got to think about others. How does other people feel when you pick on them? How do you think they feel? Do you think they love it. Oh, they love it when I pick on them. Oh, they love it. They feel good about themselves. And then when you say something, they want to get mad at you. And then they don't want to speak to you, and they want to shun you. And then treat you like you're the one that was wrong because you said something about them picking on you. You see, when I was a child, I got picked on by my siblings. I got picked on by my cousins. I got picked on by people in school. I got picked on all the time. I guess I'm a magnet for people to pick on. But I'm still here and I'm still fighting. And you can be the same way. And maybe you're in my shoes. Maybe someone's always picking on you. Someone's always bothering with you. Well, you know what? You got to keep fighting. But you got to tell them, hey man, that bothers me. When you talk to me that way, when you treat me that way, it really bothers me and it hurts me inside. And you say we're friends. Well, it doesn't feel like you're being a friend to me. So maybe you're upset, maybe because, I don't know, maybe your boyfriend or your girlfriend is messing around with somebody else. So maybe you pick on other people, or maybe people, maybe you're just upset because if a woman or a man doesn't want to be with you, it's not you, it's them. Because when you marry, or you're dating, you're a boyfriend, girlfriend, you're a couple, and you want to go out and mess around, you should be ashamed of yourself. Because you made a commitment to you and that one person. But if that person goes off and does something else, you shouldn't hurt yourself for it. And I know it hurts because I know how it feels. I've had it happen a few times to me. But remember this. There's other people. If you can't live that life, if you chose to live that life and you're like, you know what, I know what you're doing and I'm not going to deal with it. I don't care. I'm going to be here for my kids. Well, that's what you do. If that person leaves you for another person, don't harm yourself. Because that person is going to continue living. That person is going to continue being with that other person. Do you think if you harm yourself, they're going to come back to you? No, they're not. You got to find somebody that's going to love you for you. If that means you got to go around the other side of the world to find somebody, then you go around the world and you find somebody else. That's what you need to do. You go find somebody that wants you for you. Not for what you can do. Not for what you can do for them. But someone that will love you for you. Someone that will say, I like this person, I want to be with this person, I like everything about this person, I don't care about any of their little quirks or their flaws. The truth is, if you find that person, you hang on to them. You don't be mean to them, you treat them good. But if that person, if you like that person and that person likes you and then that person turns around and does you like was done to me, says, I love you, but I'm not in love with you. I use you just to get to the States. Well, you know what? Let that person go. And go and start over again. I'm 60 years old, and I'm having to start over too. I know what it's like to be hurt. I know what it's like to be picked on. I know what it's like to be treated like trash. When I was a child, we were the poorest people in the neighborhood. And we would go to other neighbors and ask them for a ride to go to, because my mom would get some money and my brother would work for the neighbor down the street. So we'd go to a neighbor. So one neighbor goes, well, I'll take you to the store, but just wait out by the house, and when I ride by, I'll pick you up. He would ride by and just keep driving by. Wouldn't even stop and pick us up. But if he did pick us up, he would charge us. Now listen, this is back in the 70s. He charges $5. And it's like to drive to there and back, it didn't cost $5, but he charged $5. So my mom had $20, so she had to give him $5. So she had $15 for food. So $15, and she was able to buy 4 to 5 bags of groceries for $15. And this man had to have $5. I could say for $1 or $2, because I remember having a car and I could put $5 in, it almost filled half a tank. And most vehicles, even back then, got 15, 20 miles to the gallon, at least 10 miles to the gallon. And back then, $5 got you almost, I don't know, what close to probably 3 gallons. 3 or 4 gallons. I mean, I remember fuel when it was 50 cents a gallon and had the fuel war. And then it went from 50 cents to 75 cents. And finally it got over $1. So at the most, I think it was $1, $1.10, $1.20. But back before the fuel war, I think when this guy was doing this, fuel was 50 cents a gallon. So $5, he got 10 gallons of fuel. That pretty much would fill up half a tank of his truck. He could drive for probably 2 or 3 weeks because he really didn't go a lot of places. Now, this one neighbor, she goes, don't come to my front door. Go to the side door. I don't want people to see you come up to my house. I don't want people to think I associate with you people. You're kind. You're kind. You know what your kind is? Poor and broke. It don't matter who you are, what color you are. When you poor and broke, you're those people. Those people. You people. Do you understand? You remember that word? You people. Those people. So I go to the corner store. I mean, I'm walking down the street. And I'm collecting bottles. Yeah, they not so clean. And we try to clean them best we could. And the lady said, don't bring them bottles in the front of the store. Don't bring them up in here with my cups. We got to look at them. Put them in the back. We trade in the bottle. We get candy and stuff. Because sugar is like, oh man, you can get the candy, you get the candy bar, you get this and that, and a couple of bags of chips. We got plenty of water at the house. We had hand pump. We didn't have well water in our house. We had a hand pump. So I grew up dirt poor. I know what it's like to be dirt poor. I know what it's like to be picked on. I know what it's like to be shunned. I mean, when people come to you and say, you ain't got no shoes on. Why ain't you got shoes on? Ooh, you're so dirty. Why do you look like this? Why do you live like that? Because my mom lived on Social Security and she had 3 boys to raise. And then some of the money she used because my relatives took advantage of my mom because my mom wasn't exactly normal. So the relatives took advantage of my mom. My mom spent money on them just to try to buy their love. You can't buy someone's love, no matter what you do. You can buy, but you're not buying true love. When you spend money, and you got to spend money for someone to be with you, and someone says, well, you like me, you'll buy this, you'll do that. No, that's bull. I'm telling you right now, if you are in a predicament where you feel like you want to take your life, don't do it. I hope you listen to this broadcast, and I hope you talk to me. Send me a message. Tell me what you're going through, and I'll do the best I can to give you some advice to help you. But I will tell you like this. Do not take your life, because this is what's going to happen. If you take your life, if your mom and dad love you, they're going to cry, they're going to cry, they're going to cry, and then what's going to happen? A week later, you're going to be in the funeral home. On a Saturday or Sunday or a Friday, they're going to put you in the ground. They're going to cover you up. They're going to cry for a while. Then somebody can say, hey, let's go eat. They're going to go all meet at someone's house, maybe your mom, your dad's house, maybe your brother's house, your sister's house, maybe your husband's house, maybe your wife's house, whoever you were. They're all going to talk about you. Oh, we sorry. Oh, we miss her. Oh, we wish that. And Monday morning, the world moves on. Everybody goes to work. One person might be grieving over you, or nobody, because you took your life. The world will go on, you will be gone, and the world will move on as if you were never here. The news will go on, everything will go on, everything will keep on going. If you think the world's going to stop because you took your life, it ain't going to stop. It's going to keep on going. The only thing that's going to keep you going is you. You got to fight. You got to keep going. And you know, the richest people in the world have taken their life from depression. Go see somebody. Go talk to somebody. Go get some medicine. Live a good, healthy life. Find a loved one. Find a boyfriend or girlfriend. Have some kids. Because I'm going to tell you what, there's no greater love than having a kid. Having my daughter, raised her from birth to now. She's now 17. She'll soon be 18. To this day, I can walk in the room, hey, give Daddy a hug, she'll give me a hug. She's sassy at me. She'll snap at me like a crazy. But you know what? She's still my daughter. I still love her. But she loves me for me. Not for what I can do for her, because I don't give her nothing. I don't go places. We don't do a lot. She never asks for anything. If she asks for anything, she'll ask McDonald's or In-N-Out. Most of the time, she's content with her computer. Most times she's content. She doesn't have a lot of friends, but you know what? She has so much love in our home that she's happy. She's very happy. She's very, very happy. And she gets a little sulky and she says this and she says that, but she's a typical teenager. But she's a good person. She wants